Hello, my fearless family. How is everyone doing today? I've been having technical difficulties. I've been fooling around with this whole setup for about 30 minutes. Okay? And it's not for my curls. Little humor. So, today I want to talk about Truist. How did I hear about Truist? Okay, so I don't know if a lot of you guys have heard of him 500. No, I have not taken his class, which I think he now discontinued the recession proof class. I think it was just a lot of dated information, so he was just trying to squeeze as many buyers out of the content before he discontinued it. That's just my opinion. If you got that program back when in its infancy, when it was new, that information probably was fresh and it was useful. I'm almost positive that it changed a lot of people's financial life. So, I subscribe to him on YouTube. I follow him on Facebook. Um, I also go to some of his webinars because on his webinars he usually stay on what 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 2 hours, and he give away good nuggets for you to go and apply towards your personal and business credit and just little things that you can go and research and dig and find out for yourself. Why I think he had a lot of good content. Why didn't I subscribe? Because by the time I found him a year ago, again, the information was pretty much dated. So, and it's something that I found on my own. So I didn't feel like I needed to invest $2,400 into a program that I really did not need because at the time I found him, my credit score was already in the 700s. I had already started building business credit and I just didn't need it. And here's the thing, you guys, when someone do a program and it's a lot of different content from different genres, like how to build a trucking company, how to start an ambulance business, how to, like, it's too much information. Find someone that specializes in that one thing and only is going to teach you that one thing, like how to start an ATM business. So that content needs to be hummed in from start to finish, and it need to be taught in a way as if the person don't have a business at all, like how to go down to your local, you know, business, how to go to your state secretary of state to start a business, EIM, so on and so forth, all the way down to the nitty and the gritty. Because teach the classes if no one know anything. Okay, so that's the reason why I did not purchase it, because when I want to learn forex, I want that person to only teach forex in that course. When I want to know different things, I just get a person to only teach that. Like right now I'm doing options trading, and the person, he used to be a hedge fund broker, so for Goldman Sachs. So I wanted someone that, you know, eat, sleep, options trading, like they know the stock market like the back of their hand. And in that course he only talk about option trading. Okay, so it's nothing against him 500, because I think he is awesome. I think his hustle is awesome. You know, he is did it real big, but I just didn't find the course useful. However, that's the how I found out about this particular credit card. Okay, so I went on a tangent, but hopefully that was some useful information for you when you go into buying courses in 2023. um yeah, so Truist is the company that I'm talking about. So if you go in and type in Truist, tons of different content creators on YouTube and probably bloggers will talk about Truist and their opinion and their experience with Truist. Today is December, I think I applied or whatever, December 14th of 2022. So this information is like hot. So yeah, this information is like really hot. Okay. Um, the links that people are giving you under their video is dated. They don't work. If you apply, you're going to get an error message. I know because I tried. Okay, So, and you know all the content creators, the really really big channels. If you type in Truist, you're gonna get them first. They've had, thousands of views. If you go over and click the link below their video and try to apply, you will get an error message. Okay, and the reason is because that particular pre-quad link does not work, and it's actually on Google. If you type in Truist, then that link to pre-quad will show up. It still don't work even on Google. So it's a dated link that again no longer work. I'm going to have a new link that I found that I actually applied through right below this video. But before you run over there and apply, I want you to look at this video. I'm actually going to do a voiceover as well because I want to give you the nuggets. So if you found out about Truist, you know that you can get qualified for up to 4 cards. Now they have 5, but that 5th one is a secured card. The other 4 are unsecured. You can either go with the cash back cards or you can go with the points cards. It's like any typical banking system, and I apologize if I'm looking down. It's because I pulled them up on my phone. And I just wanted to give you a little insight on the company and how many credit cards they have to offer. And yes, you will, if your credit profile is fundable, if you have decent credit, we're talking 620 or above, then you should be fine with this company. Okay. I don't think they're really sticklers on different things, and I'm going to explain to you why. Okay. Again, look at this video in its entirety before you go over there. So they have 4 different cards. Once you click the link, enter in your information, it should give you a message to unfreeze your TransUnion and your Equifax. So if for whatever reason you're not being approved, it's because they need to see both of those files. Now, if you're like me, you keep your credit froze. I just do. It's because I like to apply for different companies to get a response through the mail, letting me know what credit bureau that they pull from based off my geographic location. Okay. So just because you watch one YouTuber, they may stay on the West Coast and that particular bank only pull from Equifax, but then when you apply, they pull from your TransUnion or your Experian. That's because each company pull from your credit bureau based off your geographic location, like I just said. So instead of them just allowing them to pull my credit all willy-nilly, I will apply with frozen credit. They will then tell me, okay, you will get our response or whatever, approval or disapproval letter or whatever, in 7 to 10 business days. We all have seen those, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I do get the letter, I look at it, and at the very bottom, it will tell me what bureau they pull from. It also will say it in the context of the letter, like, okay, unfortunately, we're unable to offer you credit because we cannot see your credit file. Please contact Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion to unfreeze your credit file so we can view it, and we'll be happy to assist you. Please respond to this letter within 7 to 10 business days. So if I was to go in and unfreeze that particular file, call over to the underwriting department and speak with someone, they can then view my credit file and tell me if I'm approved or not. Okay. So that's what I do, because again, you can look at all the videos you want, and that video may not apply to you. Okay. Because again, it's based off geographic location. So it will tell you to unfreeze your TransUnion or Equifax, both TransUnion and Equifax. Not because they're going to pull from both of them, because they want to check your credit profile for identity purposes, right? So if you've been subscribed to me for a long time or you're new, so if you're new, welcome. I'm excited that you decided to join the Fearless family. You know that I told you or I mentioned in a video to go ahead and contact or go ahead and look over your credit profile and remove all the old addresses. Like your address from when you stayed with your mom, if you no longer stay with your mom, should not be there. Like the address that you were using when you grew up, that is too old. That's dated information. And what is causing your is causing the credit bureaus to continue to pull information from all those addresses within your name, and it's causing your credit score to be low. um if you want to learn more about credit, there will be links below the video. Okay, so yeah, make sure that your information is up to date. That's all they're doing. They're checking your identity. Okay, you guys. And from there, you go ahead and enter in your information. You put in your income. They don't vet you. You don't have to provide documentation. They are not pulling your credit. They're just checking for identity. So I don't know how long this company is going to do this. It's a new company. I think it merged from one company to the next. I don't remember the company's names because I consume so much information. You can just go and Google that. I'm sure people don't care. A lot of people just need a lot of liquid money or access to a lot of credit. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. So yes, if you're in the low 600s, you will probably qualify for this card. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I had other content I wanted to create, but I wanted to get this out because I actually went through the whole process and was approved, so I can tell you how the steps work. Okay, I'm applying for a lot of credit, you guys, and some of these credit I do not need. I just want to see if what I find on YouTube is actually fact or fiction. Okay, so but this company is the truth. It's the truth. And a lot of the videos are right. It's just that the links that you're using are not working. They're broken, and you need to click the link below the video, and you need to unfreeze your Equifax and TransUnion and enter in your information. It will then tell you that you are approved. Yeah. I believe the screen will show you exactly how much you're approved for and for you to expect your credit card within 7 to 10 business days. Now, here's where the content get a little, the information, it get a little, iffy. And here's why. You're not going to receive 20K for one card. So I know if you go and again, like Google or YouTube search Truist, you have a lot of people say, get approved for 4 cards up to 20K. It's each card. So you will have to apply for all 4 cards. I can't say that you're going to be approved for all of them. Their system may be a little different now. I do know that I always go for cashback cards. I really don't like point cards. I will take them, um, especially if it's a 0% APR. So this card is 0% APR for the first 12 months, which drew me in because if you're subscribed to my channel, I like 0 APR, which means that you can liquidate this card and use it to pay bills or flip it in your business and not have to worry about paying that interest for 12 months. Sweet, right? So in my next video coming up, I'm going to tell you how to liquidate those cards. And I know everybody have their own little different way, but I have another way. You can go ahead and look at the video, which will be below or at the end of this video, telling you how to liquidate a Navy Fed card. But I'm talking about the business now, okay? So my next video will be on business credit. So you're going to have to wait. You'll see it Tuesday. So just subscribe and turn on your notifications, and then you will catch the next video. So anyway, yes, what else? The 12 months, 0 APR, four cards, you will be approved because they don't really do a hard pull. They just softly look at your credit files to ensure that you are who you say you are. I was approved for the reward card. And again, I'm going to share my screen and go over there. I was approved for the rewards cards. I opted in for the 1.5% on all purchases because I think the highest percentage you can get is on gas. You get 3% back, and 2% on groceries, and 1% on all other purchases. So they even give you an option of how you want your rewards set up on this reward card, which I think is awesome because no other company is doing that. So you can either do 3% gas, 2% groceries, and 1% on all other purchases, or you can do 1.5% interest on all your purchases. And the reason why I went with 1.5 is because I have gas cards, you guys, and I'm going to use my gas cards over my credit cards to get gas, just so I can continue to build that relationship, and those companies can continue to report to my business credit file. You can't get this business credit and then just let it sit, because they start reporting after 60 days. So I continue to use my gas cards under my business name so I can keep my score fresh and refreshing in their system. So I don't need 3% on a credit card because I don't use. Okay. Groceries, I use whatever card is in my wallet at the time. Sometimes I just pick any, mini, whatever and use it. That's just how it rolls, you guys. Sometimes I would use my American Express Blue Cash card and just ring up my food and go. So it just really depends on what card is in my wallet at the time. I don't really have time to keep up with all of that. So I just went 1.5%. But again, I'm going to show you all of that information. Now, if you don't want to look at me go over there, you can click the link and go ahead and go over and apply. Good luck, you guys. I think everyone is going to be approved. Now, here's what I want you to do. Once you're approved, I want you to comment below to tell us, hey, I was approved today, and this is how much. You have people being approved for 6,500 on one card. Some are applying and getting all 3 and 4. Some people just go with 1. So it's just really up to you. If you really need a lot of credit, I say go for it. Remember, new credit do affect your credit history. So if you get 4 new cards, expect your score to be dinged on that level, because you just added 4 new credit cards on your account within a day. So expect that in around January, February, that your score will probably drop a few points because of that. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the voiceover now.
Okay, here we go, you guys. We're at Truist website, and if you notice, they have a lot of products, a lot. And here's what I found about the business. Let's pivot real fast to the business cards. Is that I believe you have to be a customer on the personal side in order to qualify for the business card. When I find a company that have business cards, I always try to apply for the business, because I'm like, I really don't want any new credit on my personal, because it will start affecting your credit history. The newer your cards is, it pulls down that history amount, which will ultimately affect your credit score, right? But if you're not concerned with that, still apply. If you don't have very many credit cards, apply for this. So you're going to apply for the personal, and once you are approved for that personal card, even if it's 1, then once you get your personal card, you get it activated, come back over here and apply for the business. It's going to ask you, are you like a customer already? Just give me a moment. Oh, goodness gracious. Click here. So click apply. Pick which card. Again, I always go with the cash rewards. It's a 0% APR for 9 months. Let's see what else they have to offer. Okay, this one is even better. 12 months. And I'm just reading it, you guys. So let's just pick this one, just because it's the first one. No particular reason. Apply. So it's going to tell you everything you need to have in hand, and it asks you Does your organization already have business, checking, or saving with Truist? So you're going, when you see a question like that, then 9 times out of 10, they want you to have banking with them before they actually approve you on the business side, okay? And the reason why I know is because I applied and they declined me. They just said, unfortunately, we can't offer you a card right now. And I know that's the reason why. They didn't say it, but that's the reason why. So if you want to do business with them on the business side, that is a way. And why am I clicking all over the place? So let's go back to the personal. And here's what you're going to do. Go over here, give you all of those four cards everyone keep talking about. And you can read on them what they have to offer. You know, again, I just went with the cash. And I did this right here. I went with this one. Now, if you do this, you're only going to apply for one card. But if you want to see if you qualify for all four, you want to go back up here and you're going to click check for offers. Okay? This is how you get approved for all four. Enter in your information. I know you guys probably have already seen this screen, but I think that screen that's being passed around is dated. Like it does not work anymore. So click here and then hit continue, and it's going to tell you that you were approved. You should see this pop up. Now, I went in and took out the application ID number. You were approved for $5,000. I believe the biggest I've seen just in comments and in circulation and everything is about 6,500 on one card. How is people getting a 20K? They're applying for all four cards, or at least 2 to 3 of those cards. Yes, people are actually being approved for all those cards in one day. Because as I explained to you before, they're not pulling your credit. And I apologize, guys. I have so many of those screens open so I can go over this. So let's just say you decide to go with the cash reward card, right? This is what's going to pop up. You'll need to temporarily lift any freeze on your Equifax and TransUnion. We'll use that credit info to verify your identity. That's all they need to do is verify your identity. They're not actually hard pulling. Now, what I did was I went into Equifax and TransUnion. This is what I did. And I did a temporary lift, a temporary freeze lift off both of those. And it was set to refreeze in 24 hours. So I don't know if you'll get hit when the card is actually processed through their system and shipped, or they really do not pull your credit. I've seen so many videos and so many comments saying that they never received a hard pull, even with their credit being open. So you're going to need personal and contact information, including your social security number, 2 years, address history, employment, and income. That's it. So like I said, if you need funding, if you need money, most people need money at this time of the year because we're circulating a lot of money, we're spending. Go ahead and get this card. You'll get it probably before the seven business days. So you may get it before the turn of the year or right there at the turn of the year to kind of help you through January, okay? So I would apply for as many as you can until you get a message saying you do not qualify. I would keep applying if I need the money. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. I didn't even need the 5,000 like that, but I wanted to go through the process to see if this really was real, and it is really real, you know. I think that's all I have for you guys because this video is long. It's long. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I talk business funding, I talk personal credit, business credit, side hustles, just all things finance. If you already have this card and you are approved for multiple cards, tell us below the video how the process went. How do you like the card? Like, let's have a conversation about the card if you already know about it, or what's your experience? Were you approved, disapproved? Like, you know, and give us data points if you're willing to do that. Okay. So until next time, you guys, stay fearless. Love you. Bye. Stay blessed.